So moving on to the featured artist of the week, that's another person we have sitting in the house who's been sitting here patiently with us since about 45 minutes ago in the green room, like we ask our featured artists to do. So I want to introduce Ruth Acuff. So we have a little bit of a backstory with Ruth. Sorry, she was in a band that was on the broadcast a couple episodes ago. They're called the Royal Furs. And then one day I was sitting in my room teaching piano, and I looked at my phone. I had a random invite for Ruth Acuff to like Ruth Acuff. So I was like, oh, okay, she does other stuff. And I looked at it, and there's this harpist playing this awesome song called "We Do." And I was like, I messaged her almost immediately and was like, you got to come on the show, and be a featured artist. So here is Ruth Acuff. It's coming out of Columbia, Missouri, one of my favorite towns in America. How you doing this evening?
Hi, I'm great.
Good to see you. Thank you for hanging out.
Glad to be here.
Awesome. So we're just going to get right into it. Why don't you just give us a little rundown, give us your spiel, what you give to somebody on the street about who you are and what you do with your music.
Okay. My name is Ruth Acuff, and I am a singer-songwriter. It's okay. It's kind of a strange last name. But yeah, I play the pedal harp, and I write songs on the pedal harp and sing.
Pedal harp. Okay, cool. So that's the official name for the big.
Yes.
Okay.
My harp is 6 feet tall, and there are all different kinds of harps, but the one that I play most frequently is the pedal harp.
Very cool. Awesome. So you're about ready to go on tour to support your new release, right?
Yeah, I have this new single that you're going to play here in a minute, I guess. It's called "We Do," and cool. It's harp and upright bass and different kinds of percussion, washboard and shakers. I think there's some chimes and lots of backup vocals from family members and friends.
Cool. Awesome. Well, since you just introduced it, why don't we take a listen to it, and then we'll come back and have Dave talk to you. He has something really important, I think, that he wants to ask you tonight. I don't know, or talk to you about. I don't know. We'll find out. But let's listen to Ruth Acuff's song. That's a really it's a kind of a inward joke of ours. I always say names wrong, so should have asked.
Yes, the mistress of Johnny Cash. I'll get to that later.
Oh, okay. All right. So, Rob, whenever you're ready. "We Do" by Ruth Acuff from Columbia, Missouri. Ruth Acuff from Columbia, Missouri. I'm just so used to saying it wrong now, So, yeah, I really, really like that. That really impressed me right away. It was an instant decision to be, on our broadcast and on our website and stuff, because not only is it good music, but you're working really hard. You're going on that house tour that you told us about. Did we talk about that on air?
No.
Tell me about the tour you're going on then, real quick before we come and bring Dave in.
Well, I'm going on a house concert tour, pretty much from Missouri all east, although I am going over to Oklahoma and down to Texas as well. I'll be playing in 19 different states within the next 2 months. Mostly, I'd say 98% in people's houses. So it's either people that have an ongoing concert series that they host in their home, or it's people that we know or fans. And I'm going with another singer-songwriter, pianist, Mary Ellen Kirk.
Cool. So yeah, I was hoping to get to catch you when you came around this area, but I think you're going to be just a little too far away. But yeah, that's great. That's great. So you booked this all on your own, you said, pretty much?
Yes.
Yeah. How long did it take you to do that?
Well, Mary Ellen and I started working on it December 2015. However, we don't like to stress out about things, so we gave ourselves plenty of time in advance. Just makes everything go more smoothly.
Yeah, awesome.
It is a lot of work to do it yourself.
Of course. Do you do music full time? Because you do Royal Furs as well, right? Yeah. Something we played on
I do. Music is what I do. I'm also a backup singer in a Pink Floyd tribute band called Interstellar Drive.
Very cool.
So that's pretty fun.
Right on. All right, cool. Well, Dave's just dying over here. I can see Mr. Bathroom Whistler. He's we heard you earlier. Go ahead, Dave. Go ahead.
Oh, it was like Naked Gun. It was Leslie Nielsen whistling in the bathroom. That was pretty funny. I wish we caught that on film or at least audio. So, hey, check this out. I'm going on a long walk this morning, right? And I must have passed like 15 harpists on my walk, just rolling their giant harps like on the sidewalk, one at a time. They're all independent harpists. I'm like, hey, what's going on? They're like, yeah, I'm on my way to a new show. And the next one's like, yeah, I'm going to practice. Next one's like, yeah, I'm going to record a new song. I mean, harpists are everywhere. They're like a dime a dozen. So what made you get into this scene and made you want to be a harpist when it's such an overcrowded market?
There's just way too many harpists out there. And
they're everywhere.
I just really wanted to fit in. So I decided I'll choose harp. It's easy to carry around, very easy to transport. So that was a big factor in my deciding to play the harp.
No, but obviously I'm messing around with you, but the harp, it's just such a unique instrument. I mean, it's not easy to manage. It's not easy to move to shows. It's not, I mean, it's a commitment of time. It's a commitment of, it's like, okay, if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to like pack this thing in my car just to like do like small shows where I make $50 or something like that, like what is it about it that just really moves you and wants you to continue doing it?
Well, how it sounds.
Yeah.
I started playing the harp about 6 years ago.
Okay.
And I found a small harp in a pawn shop. I gave it a little strum and I felt a zing of magic and decided I wanted to learn how to play it and wrote a few songs on it, and that's how I started. It just felt like very natural, something that I was supposed to be doing, and it felt good.
Okay.
Which
Awesome.
I wonder, there's a lot of theories and history behind the harp.
Mm-hmm.
There are harps in every culture. It's said to be the oldest instrument. Maybe come from a hunter's bow.
Right, of course.
And just how it vibrates is very pure. And I think when I first touched a harp, even though it turns out it was somewhat of a toy harp that I didn't realize at the time. But even that, it just felt so good to me.
Yeah, I would guess that once you start plucking the strings on the giant harp, you probably just feel it in your body in some way, where it's just a tone that just touches your inner sanctum in some way, and it heals you. It's like a healing instrument.
It
But,
really.
all right, check this out. I'm going to go on a tangent here, ladies and gentlemen. Please, I'm going to go on a journey with you right now of time and space. If you want to close your eyes,
Speaking of time,
you'll get your full effect. Okay, so I'm thinking this is where I'm going with this song is that 1971, you're at a Johnny Cash show in Nashville, and you caught Johnny Cash's eye previously. He's like, hey, that's cool. Ruth Acuff, I like what she's doing. And he has you open for him. You play some songs, and then over time, then he works you into the show. Maybe he sings along a little. And I said before the show, I'm like, yeah, the mistress of Johnny Cash, right? You know, maybe, I don't know. That's a side story. Maybe you guys hook up once or twice in a hotel or something. But if it's, but the vibe I'm feeling like a country Americana vibe. And when I'm listening to your music, I heard Johnny Cash in there somewhere, like just singing in the background, because this is not like modern day Americana. It brought me back that far. And it just, I mean, am I just out of nowhere with this, or do you feel
it's very interesting to me that you say that.
Okay.
Because I am related to an old country music singer named Roy Acuff.
I've heard of that man.
okay.
He helped start the Grand Ole Opry.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Interesting.
I think 1937, he had the #1 song in the United States. So old country music.
So it's in your blood. I mean, do you feel like you're channeling that history when you play, or?
No, but maybe I am and I don't realize it. I mean, you heard that.
I did.
That song is a little bit different than some of my other songs. So it's newer. Maybe it's just coming through finally.
Well, you know, Joe, I'm sorry to just dominate right here. I have one more thought on this, and then I want, come back in and cut me off. But when this song started,
okay.
yeah, just cut me off whenever, like you always do. When the song started, I'm like, oh, new age. It's like, okay, a new age vibe here. It's almost like healing music. And I thought that's where it was going to go. And then all of a sudden it kicked in. It just goes into this like country Americana vibe. I'm like, wow, okay, that's an interesting mashup of styles. But that first part of it, how much have you explored like the whole new age healing vibe? Because it's I don't know how much you know about that. It's just like it's its own scene. I live like an hour away from Sedona, Arizona, where people might wheel a harp into a restaurant and they'll wear like a white giant muumuu with a golden belt. And they'll just like play the harp. It's just it's totally like new age vibe, but it's cool. That's the music that you hear when you're getting a massage or you're meditating or all that stuff. And that's how the song started. And yeah, so go ahead.
I feel like I tried to bring somewhat of a healing or comfort or community vibe to my music, but make it more maybe mainstream, if that's the right word.
Okay. Are you trying to make it mainstream, or is it just like what are you just kind of going with the flow, like just what feels right?
I make music because I like to make music, and first of all I make it for myself. Maybe that's selfish, but I want to make music that I want to listen to. So I wouldn't say I'm trying to make it mainstream. However, I've recently thought, gosh, Nirvana wasn't mainstream at the time, and they became pop. So I don't want to limit myself. in any way by saying that it's not.
I hear you, Joe. Come back.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So, Ruth Acuff, so awesome to have you here tonight. Thanks so much for hanging out.
Thanks for having me. I'm having
So,
fun.
yeah, good. So, Columbia, Missouri. I'm going to just kind of wrap the conversation up about your music. We actually have a mutual friend or two, I think, that we talked about. One of them you kind of known as you're actually a friend on, friends with him on Facebook, but a guy that I went to college with who's in a band called the Meanwells.
Yeah.
Who I'm going to be trying to get on the show as well in the near future. But a friend of his who's in the band, Russ, was my college roommate. So it's just funny. And you're friends with the singer, I think you said?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So I don't know. It's just really neat to it's taking me back to talk to people from Columbia, Missouri, like in real time and stuff. Because I was hanging out there in 96 to 99. So I don't know if you're born yet, but... All right, so thank you very much, and good luck on your tour and all that stuff. Thank you for hanging out with us and making some time out on your Sunday night. So,
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
awesome. Have a good night.
Have a good night, Ruth. Excellent.
Bye.